Let's talk about sidebars and creating sidebars. The Elegance theme gives you the opportunity to actually create as many sidebars as you want. If your site has 75 pages, in theory you can create 75 different sidebars for a unique one on each individual page. And just real quick, just in case you're not sure what a sidebar is or what it's for, if we look at this page right here, this is a left sidebar. Your main content is over here on the right, and then this area, this column, so to speak, would be your sidebar, where you can manage and use widgets. And to go back a little bit further, a widget is like what you see on a blog page. You know, your search box, your newsletter section are widgets, your featured and whatnot. So all these little areas and widgets and features and things like this, all this stuff you can actually drag and drop and use and manipulate and all the sidebars that you have on your site. So we're going to go over how you can make those and update those. Alright, so let's go to the dashboard. Let's come down to the bottom, about 4 up, you'll see sidebars. Let's click it. Right now I have 4, 3 of which I can I can delete, and then one that's default with the site that you can't really do anything with. So for instance, if you want to create a new one, you could just, give it a name and click add. And if you don't want it, you just delete it. As simple as that. Alright, so next what we want to do is actually manage the sidebar. So I have featured vendors, and let's say I have this sidebar that I only want to show up on a couple of pages and I want to have specific information. So with that thought in mind, I'll go to Appearance, I'll go to Widgets. The first thing I want to do is actually find this widget, or excuse me, this sidebar that I made. Where's the sidebar? And here we are right here, featured vendors, that's my sidebar. So if I open it, it's blank, nothing in it. So now I want to build it. What do I want to show in this, in this section? So I think I'll do, let's see, a search. Alright, I don't need a title. I'm pretty sure by default it says search, and you don't have to tell people twice. Let me add a divider. Where's my little Elegance divider? And what that is this little, where are we? We got a divider right here. See this dotted line with the dashed dots and then the 2 thin lines? That's a divider. So you can actually space out and divide things as you want. And let me add, let's see, categories. Give this thing a title. Save it. And let's just do a custom menu, and then that'll probably settle that. Menu. We'll use video test menu, save this. And actually, let me go ahead and drag another divider in there between this. Okay. Alright, and then dragging and dropping is automatically saving. It's automatically setting that up. Alright, so now I have my sidebar for featured vendor set up. Now how do I use it? How do I enable it on a page? Let's go to Pages. Do add new. And this does, just in case you're wondering, you cannot do this for a blog post. Your blog post is by default the same sidebar throughout. So you can't create a post and then, hey, I want a different sidebar. It's by default, whatever's on your blog is going to be on the blog. Okay, so let's just call this Featured Vendors Tutorial. Alright, go ahead and drop in some dummy content. I think I'll play around with the shortcode so you can kind of see a couple things on how those work real quick. So let's see, let's give this thing a little highlight. How about pink? Alright, so we got a little element with that, and hey, how about a cool little button I can drop into this thing? Buttons are always fun. Let me click the little icon for that. Let me do a rounded button. Let's go with the theme of pink, I guess. And then we'll do, here is a button. Alright, so we got some stuff set up. Let's go ahead and publish this so we can see what it looks like. Click View Page. Here we are, here's our full width of content. Here's my little goofy button, my little goofy highlight I set up. Now we need to set up a sidebar. So if I come back to the post and I come down to page attributes, I'll see default template. And the default template is what's full width. Right now this thing is full width. So we want to choose the sidebar, and we can either do a left or a right sidebar. So let's go ahead and choose right. And then next and last, actually, is if we come to the very top, we'll see where it says show sidebar. If I have nothing selected, then obviously no sidebar shows up. So if I update this with nothing selected, what's going to happen is it's going to create an empty and open column. So we'll see this empty column here, right? So let's go back over here and let's do the sidebar that I made, which was featured vendors. Let me update this. Refresh. Boom, and there's my sidebar. Here's all the items I added to it. The menu, the categories, the search. And just for fun, let's choose left sidebar. Update. Refresh. Now we have a left sidebar. So you can actually make a sidebar. You can add it to 5 different pages, 1 page. If you want to have a unique sidebar for every single page you have, like I said, you could do that. Great way to change up your site and add some interactivity and actually make it easier for people to find stuff on your site. Alright, that'll do it.